afternoon, YouTube people, world. Anyway, driving through into New Mexico right now. Oh, Los Lunes. That's my back way. Oh man, I'm gonna have to find a different way. I don't know where I just came from, but wherever it was, westbound traffic on the 40. Man, it was backed up for probably 15, 20 miles. It was pretty bad. They're doing construction, tearing up the road, doing something. But it was bad. I went about 20 miles of just semis and cars and RVs and all kinds of nonsense. Anyway, today's video is going to be about California DMV registration. What is going on? I know most of you guys don't know what's going on, but so last year, so it's December, well no, actually it's November 30th. November 30th. And last year, my truck's registration's due in December. My truck, one of my buddy's trucks, and another guy's trucks, they're all due in December. My brother-in-law's truck, I think, is due in November for the Dodge diesels. And I don't know if they're trying to push out diesel owners. I mean, I know they are. They're trying to push them out of California. But, because I know V. Belton Son, he said he got a letter from California for his 5500, his Ram 5500. Says that basically because it doesn't have diesel exhaust fluid, they're not going to allow him to register his truck in California anymore. So I think he said he's going to go somewhere else, some other state. Anyway, yeah, so I have not received my renewal registration. My buddy with his 2012. Staying late, stupid. My buddy with his 2012, he hasn't received his. My brother-in-law didn't receive his till a couple weeks ago in November. So I don't know what's going on with it. I know the Audi, we got it. It's diesel. We got it on time, but it also has DEF. And come on, ding dong! If it ain't passing somebody, move over. I swear, people are so freaking retarded. Can't even see out his windows because he's got all kinds of crap all over him. Anyway, yeah, so this has DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. It's Audi, it's a 2015. And my 2010 doesn't have DEF. The old 2012 doesn't have. And then the other buddy's 2010 doesn't have DEF. And my brother-in-law's 96 doesn't have it, obviously. And my kids' registration, it came pretty quick. Usually they send it out about a month in advance so that you can prepare for it or pay it online. So I can't even pay for it online. It keeps giving me a message stating invalid information. So you need, I don't know if it's last six or last 8 of your VIN number and then license plate number. And it keeps telling us, all of us, that it's invalid numbers. So I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what's going on. I think they're just pushing, possibly, they might be pushing diesel out of California. I mean, I know they don't want diesel in California. They basically want everybody to be driving these all this electric stuff that gets their electricity from nowhere, apparently. I mean, solar, whatever. It's a whole a whole thing with solar. Solar causes, you know, the reflection and refraction and all this other junk. And you got power plants polluting, whether it's coal, propane. The cleaner you burn, the more pollutant the ozone gets. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not anything. Oh, jeez. Everybody's stopping. Throw some hazards on. Man, I should have taken the 6 to wherever it was called. But anyway, good thing this Audi's got some big old 6-piston Brimbos. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their plan is. Maybe you can only register it in the month that it's expiring, which is dumb because, you know, you have to go do emissions on your vehicle, and they usually allow 90 days. They'll send you the thing. They'll send you the renewal form, and you go get it smogged if it's that time, or do emissions, whatever you want to call these things. And you do emissions, and then you pay for the registration. You get your registration later, or you can pay for registration, go get it smogged. Either way, you can't get tags or tabs or whatever you guys call them wherever you're at. Basically, the little expiration sticker, if that's what your state has. But they won't send you those until registration's done, registration's paid and emissions is done. So, anyway, so every 2 years, I have to smog or do emissions on my trucks, cars, blah, blah, blah. And I think this is one way where they're going to try to penalize people for registering out of state, which doesn't make sense to me. California's losing a lot of money because that's what's going to happen is all these people are going to start registering stuff out of state, and they're losing money because just common sense doesn't work in California apparently. But anyway, yeah, so a lot of people that are gonna register stuff. I already do know some people that are gonna register their stuff in Arizona, Nevada, certain parts of Nevada, just to get away from emissions and stuff. With that being said, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and pay for the registration and do the emissions every 2 years and go from there. But I think what California is gonna do is, if you have out-of-state plates and you're not an out-of-state resident, they're gonna start issuing fines, and they can make more money on the fines than to register. So, say for example, this guy, he's from, what does that even say? I don't even know what that license plate says. Sorry if this is your license plate, but I don't know. I thought it was Nevada, but it's not. Anyway, if this guy's cruising along in California, they're going to pull him over, and if he's got a California driver's license, they're going to give him or ask him the same basic question: how many weeks or days have you been in the state of California? And they'll know by their driver's license, and they're like, okay, well, how long has this car been in here? And they're gonna go give this guy a warning, possibly, and say, well, you have 60 days or 90 days to get it registered in California. And then next time they pull him over, it's a fine. So if they can give this guy a fine 3 times a year at $250, they're making more money than registering it. I don't know if it all makes sense, but I think that's what they're after. I think they can make more money sending the police, which we pay for, because, you know, why not pay taxes on top of taxes on top of taxes that you already pay taxes for? So, anyway, Cali Brothers Truck Line is hiring. Just if you guys want to be truck drivers. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're doing it this way, because let's say I forgot that I have to do emissions this year. And let's say since I clean my emission stuff every 2 years, when emissions time comes, so that everything runs clean, no check engine lights, nothing. I technically, as of right now, because I would have to pay December, which will be tomorrow, I have 1 day to get my truck smogged or do emissions. Technically, I got 30 days, so I'd have to the end of the month to get my truck emissions done. But let's say it failed, or let's say I take it there and they're like, oh, you need this part, blah, blah, blah. And I have to buy parts for it and clear the code, and then it takes 1,000,000 miles to set all the codes or to set all the readiness parameters. And it takes me 5 days, 10 days, 20 days, or like me, where I'm going to be out here working for 8 days. I can't drive the truck. So now I'm going to have the wife or kid drive it around to set all the codes or the readiness parameters, whatever you call them. I call them codes. They're not called codes, but anyway, but yeah, I don't know what California's doing, but I saw V-Belt and Son had a video, and I heard that they were going to get any 450, 550, 650, 750, blah, 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 business owned. If it doesn't have DEF, they were going to stop registering them or stop allowing you to register them. And I think that's the letter he got. He didn't really elaborate too much on that letter. But yeah, I don't really know. Maybe you guys know. You can comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think is going on. If you guys have some insider information. If not, then you can click your like button, thumbs up button, whatever you want to do. Alright, I'm done watching the back of this truck with the camera. I'm done talking. See you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, do what you guys do. Later.